What's up, wrestling fans, trading card collectors? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards. I'm your host, Zhan Morning. You can check me out all over social platforms at Zhan Morning. Check the links in the show notes to find where I'm available on all those platforms. A consistent question that I see in the hobby, regardless of what space it is just across the entire hobby, is what grading company should I use? Who should I grade with? What company has the best slabs? In today's video, I'm going to be hopefully examining that question and looking at many of today's most popular company slabs. Comparing, contrasting, just talking about it. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome to the community. And if you are already a Wrestling with Cards community member, thank you for your support. But either way, it would be greatly appreciated if you would choke slam that subscribe button. And give me a hacksaw Jim Duggan on that like button. And also, before we jump into the slab talk, just some ways you can help support the content. Check out the Wrestling with Cards podcast as well as the Worlds Collide podcast. Two separate podcasts that I'm doing that are separate than these videos. So if you want to help show your support on those platforms with some audio wrestling content, links in the show notes to both of those. Please subscribe to those, share it as well, and leave a review if you dig it. Also, as you know, costs go into making these videos and podcasts. If you would like to help with that, there are links below to my eBay store where you can pick things up as little as $1. And there's also Patreon where you can contribute as little as $1. And all of that stuff adds up to just keep the content flowing, keep these shows going. And with that out of the way, let's talk some slabs, baby. Okay, so here we have a series of most of the popular slabs that are in grading today. I'm not going to talk about pricing as far as like what it costs to grade. You guys can go find that on all of these companies' websites. We're going to start things off with PSA. Most people know PSA. Here's one of the older labels. Really thin profile. So this is probably the closest thing you can get to like a top loader. This is even thinner than mags. So that's the PSA slabs. Most of you probably know that. I'm going to skip over to BGS. These things, if you throw them at somebody, could be considered a deadly weapon. They are probably the thickest slabs on the market. Some like that, some don't. Another thing about these is they have sharper corners on the edges. So some people maybe find these a little bit harder to flip through as if they were treating them like regular trading cards. One thing that BGS has for them is the name, Beckett. Everybody in the hobby knows Beckett. And the other thing that they have going for them are the subgrades. They were one of the first companies to put out subgrades, so you have centering, edges, corner, and the surface. One other thing I'll say about Beckett that I don't really care for is their pop report. It's very hard to navigate and very hard to find, what the population of your card is. Next up, we've got SGC. We've got the Paul Heyman rookie card here. The tuxedo that everybody likes to talk about with the black and white top, black borders. This is a little bit thicker. So I would say it's probably a good comparison between a PSA slab and a BGS slab. They have a little bit of the rounded corners, but it's like sharper up here, but rounded in sections. So once again, kind of a combination between the PSA and the BGS slabs. Next up, we've got Pure Graded X. We're going to be looking at this Ric Flair card specifically. These, from a slab perspective, are identical to PSA. So if you like PSA slabs, Pure Graded X is going to be the slab for you. The one thing they have going for them that a lot of these other companies don't have, specifically, like I said, PSA, since it's the same slab, are these customized labels. As you can see, this matches the card. It's a little bit harder to see, but there's a silhouette of Ric Flair in the black background here. So if you like the matching, these could be really good for you if you're looking for a PSA style slab, but you want a little bit more customization. Next up, HGA. These guys have kind of taken the hobby. I'll say they've taken the hobby by storm. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of people like them. They also feature subgrades. They also have matching customizable labels here. This one is just a generic one because Pure Graded X can do like hollow matches. I haven't seen HGA do any of that though, but they may be doing that now. Just not sure. But these are a little bit bigger slabs, a little bit thicker. I would say these are closer to like SGC from as far as a slab standpoint. Very clear though. If you look around the edges, they don't mess around with a lot of space. I mean, there's extra space here, but the label is about the same as most of these other companies. So if you like the customization and you like somebody who can get your returns back on time, maybe HGA's for you. And lastly, we're going to look at CSG. This is one of the more recent ones that I've got in. People kept telling me, you need to buy CSG. Once you get them in your hand, it's the best. It's the clearest plastic. It's the best slab. Well, I can't deny, it's maybe hard to see from this video, but the slab plastic is very, very clear. It's almost as if it's not even there, so they are accurate. This is a little bit thinner slab than HGA, but it's close. They have the space around here like HGA does. The problem with this though is this label. It is almost double the size of any of these other labels. Even like the SGC one is a little bit bigger than some of these other ones by just a tad. This one's like almost double, as you can see. So quick observation over all of these slabs. What's my opinion? Let's start with the highest resale value. That's clearly going to go to PSA. PSA is the Cadillac of grading companies. If you have something in a PSA slab, its chances are going to sell for more than any of these other ones. That's just the way it is. That's what the hobby has determined. Now, could that change in the future? Absolutely. But for right now, highest resale value goes to PSA. Best looking labels. Again, just my personal preference. I'm going to go with these two. Definitely SGC number one, because I like the tuxedo look. It's very basic, but it catches your eye also. Pure Graded X, if you like to customize labels, I think they do a better job on the customized labels than HGA does. But again, that's just me. Best slab construction. Honestly, it's a toss-up. We're going to say, I want to say PSA, but if you're going to say PSA, you got to say Pure Graded X as well, because they're essentially the same slab. I like the SGC because it's kind of a combination of these two. It's in the middle as far as the thickness. It's got partial rounded corners, partial sharp corners, so it really blends these two together. So best slab construction goes to a tie between PSA, Pure Grade X, SGC. And my personal overall favorite slab, SGC. SGC wins it for me. I've had great luck with their customer service. I love the labels. I love the black around the slab because it really puts the focus on the trading card itself. Not had any issues with these guys. They've been around forever. Now, I'm not telling you, go grade with SGC. Sure, if you want to give them a shot, that's fine. But just from my personal perspective, these are my favorite slabs in the hobby. So I hope the conversation about these slabs today helps some of you out there with determining what company do I need to grade with. In my opinion, each one of these companies is offering something different to the hobby, and I think they all have a place within the hobby. Each of these companies offers features that some of the other ones don't. So it's very customizable, if you will, with what are you looking for? What style of slab are you looking for? What's your end goal with these? There are numbers and facts out there that you can find that back up why you should grade with specific companies. But at the end of the day, just remember, these are your cards, this is your collection. So as long as you're having fun and you're collecting the cards you want, none of that other mumbo jumbo that hobby gatekeepers want to put out there matters. If this video brought you some value today, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and until next time, click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content. We'll see you there.